Hi everyone, my name is Heather. I come to you today on May 19th, 2009 in order to show you a few of the projects that I'm working on. I apologize in advance for some of the shoddy camera work here. I don't actually have a video camera, so I'm doing everything off of my digital camera right now. May is a month of a few anniversaries for me. It's actually the 10-year anniversary from my very first opening day as a performer with the Virginia Renaissance Fair. I was 16 at the time. Completely nervous, very shy, not really sure what I'm doing. And while I still have a little bit of that lingering around, the Virginia Renaissance Fair and the great people that I worked with there and still work with occasionally really brought me out of my shell. I've moved to Florida over the last couple of years. I go back occasionally whenever I can get a chance as a visiting performer. And I'll get a chance to do that again this year in June. So if anyone is in the area, please come and visit us. That's the Virginia Renaissance Fair, www.varf.org, VARF.org. Anyways, now that I've plugged my home fair, I'm going to show you some of the projects that I've been working on in preparation for my visit back to the Virginia Renaissance Fair. I'm really hoping that these get approved, but I'm not sure because, bam, that is some bright colors. I am playing Molly Carlisle, the rag seller of the town, so I can get away usually with having some smaller pieces of colors that I wouldn't normally have access to as a peasant. All these fabrics were donated to me by Dan and Becca Jasmine, some of my very good friends. I miss them so much and really excited to be able to see them again. But they were nice enough to mail this to me down here in Virginia, and I've patched all of them together. I loved all the colors so much I couldn't separate them. So here they are, bright, obnoxious, absolutely gorgeous. They're going to be in a patchwork quilt, or patchwork skirt. After that, we have another part of the skirt. Most of these fabrics are actually donations. A lot of the people, when I was working at the Renaissance Fair, just started giving me all the leftover fabrics, just brought me huge bags of it in the morning because I was giving it away to people, throwing them in my costume. I mean, there's just fabric everywhere. That entire tub right there, mostly donated fabric. I also worked at Joann's for a while, so that didn't help either. So yeah, all three of these pieces, eventually I'm going to turn them into giant squares and make them into a skirt, hopefully. And like I said, hopefully this all gets approved. After that, we've got a couple pieces of steel boning. We have the pattern that I made for my bodice. I'll be able to use this for a couple of other ones also as well for whenever I'm just going to visit Renaissance fairs. Basically what you do is you put on a t-shirt that you don't really care about, wrap yourself in duct tape in the appropriate shape, and cut it so that way it looks the way that you want it to. That piece that's right there, we're actually throwing away. It's an extra piece. I decided I didn't really like the shape of it so much as its twin, so that one ended up being copied over twice to be used. And I cut the back in half as well, which is this piece here, and just doubled that over to be able to make the back pattern. Over here, we have the front of the bodice. Isn't that amazing? It's going to look absolutely hideous, and I can't wait. And it's going to go over top of a yellow and orange chemise. I have this side over here, the patchwork side. A good portion of that was done by hand, which, let me tell you, not so much fun. That's one of the reasons why it's taken me so long to make this. I actually started this 1 year ago. Again, another anniversary for the month of May. Then we have this side here, the striped side. I'm not so great with sewing machines, so we've got this little area down here that's going to have to be patched up once I can get a chance to. I'm just going to wait until I get the boning on. I mean, I've already got patches all over the place. It's not going to matter if I add one more on. It's just it'll be a million times easier if I can wait for once I add on the boning. Then over here, we have what's going to be the back of it. I'm still working on this piece, so hopefully this will be done by next week. But you can see the back hasn't been cooperating for me quite so well. Besides the fact that I've broken a couple of needles, I've got some weird shapes that are turning out in here. I mean, it's just not been lying flat for me. Of course, I've not been doing so great of a job at sewing it all together. You can see over here where I'm still working on pinning some of this stuff together. Everything was going to be straight lines before, but now I've got this weird curving section. I don't know how that happened. I don't understand. It's probably best not to dwell on it and just get this thing done. I've only got a couple more weeks left. Yeah, so that's what I've been working on this past week. If you haven't heard from me, that's why. I've pretty much done nothing but go to work, do my schoolwork, and so that's it. I just also want to say, Jen, oh my god, the turtle is adorable. And Shay, I am the disco. I cannot wait to see that. It's absolutely amazing. So that's it for this week. I will possibly be around next week. Hopefully I'll have everything so that way I'll be able to model it off for you. You'll be able to see how everything actually looks once it's on a body instead of just laying on the floor in pieces. So hopefully I'll have that ready for you by next week. Bye!